Okay, we are still in the algebra book. We're moving along to the next section. Just a quick reminder, this is something that we might have worked on. It might have looked like 5 plus x equals 27. It says solve, so that means we want to get this x all alone. So this is a plus 5 right here. And in order to get rid of that 5, we're going to do the opposite of adding 5, and the opposite is subtracting 5. And remember, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So these are going to x out, so we'll have x equals, now we're just going to do 27 minus 5, which is 22. X equals 22. So we have 5 plus x equals 22, right? We can plug this 22 in for x. Oh, equals, that was not 22, that was 27. So we can plug that 22 in for x. We have 5 plus 22 equals 27. And hey, 5 plus 22 is 27. So 27 equals 27 is a true statement. And that is correct. So that is the example of what we did. We did one-step equations. Now for this next little group, we're going to bump it up to two-step equations. It's going to be two things. Now, I want you to look at this right here. 2x minus 6 equals 30. I'm going to write it down right here. So we have 2x minus 6 equals 30. A few things. We have two things to get rid of, this 2 and this minus 6. You always, always, always get rid of the numbers that are by themselves away from the variables first. You deal with this number that's with the x last. So remember that. So I said we're going to have to deal with this minus 6 that's all by itself first before we can get rid of that 2 with the x. So in order to get rid of minus 6, the opposite of subtracting 6 is adding 6. Remember, what you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So these are going to cancel out. I'm going to bring my 2x down and my equal. So now we have 30 plus 6, which is 36. Okay, so now I have 2x, which is the same, remember, as 2 times x. So 2 times x, opposite of multiplying, is dividing. I'm going to divide 2 to both sides. So the one on the left there is going to cancel out, and I'm going to have x equals, now 36 divided by 2. Plug that into your calculator, and hopefully you get 18. X equals 18. So that's the two-step equation. It's not super hard. I know that you guys can do it. You just have to remember. Let's look at this next one. This next one has a few things. We have 2x minus 6 plus 6. Oh, no, that was the same one. You just have to remember, deal with the numbers that are with the variable, the letter last. Okay, so let's look at number 1 here. So it's saying, is this 6 the answer? Well, let's figure it out. We have 2y plus 5 equals 18. Okay, so remember, we're going to deal with this 5 first. So instead of adding 5, we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. So 5 minus 5 is 0. Those x out. So bring our 2y down. We have 2y and our equals. So 18 minus 5. Put that in your calculator. Is 13. Very good. So now we have 2y, which is just 2 times y. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by y. We have y equals. Now we have 13 divided by 2. Just plug that in your calculator, and you should get 6.5. So y equals 6.5. Y does not equal 6. So you're going to circle no here. Okay? Next one. We have 3x. I'm going to just draw this line here so we don't make a mess. Actually, don't like it there. Let's draw it right here. There we go. 3x minus 19 equals 20. So we got to get rid of this minus 19 first. Oops. And the way that we get rid of The way we get rid of that minus 19 is add 19 to both sides. Okay, so these x out. So now we have 3x equals, so 20 plus 19, plug that into your calculator and you should get 39. So now we have 3x equals 39. And remember, 3x is the same as 3 times x. So we're going to do the opposite of multiply, which is divide. Divide both sides by 3. Then we're going to have x equals, so now you have 39 divided by 3. Do that in your calculator. You should get 13. X equals 13. And yes, they're the same. So right here, you're going to circle yes. Very good. Okay, now let's do these that have the fractions. Pick another color. I have n divided by 5 plus 3 equals 12. Okay? So we want to get rid of this plus 3 first. The way we do that is the opposite of adding 3, which is subtract 3 from both sides. So now we have n divided by 5 equals, so 12 minus 3, and you can plug that in your calculator, equals 9. So now on this left side we have n divided by 5. Ooh, that looks horrible. So the opposite of dividing is multiplying. So we're going to multiply 5 on both sides, and these are going to cancel out. So we'll have n equals, and 9 times 5 is 45. So n equals 45. Does not equal 30. So circle your no over here. Very good. Now last one. We have 2/3 s minus 3 equals 5. Okay. Once again, we've got to get rid of that 3 first. You do the number that's with the letter, the variable last. So instead of subtracting 3, we're going to add 3 to both sides. These will cancel out. So we have 2/3 s equals, and 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, so now we have 2/3 times s. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by 2/3. These will cancel out. So now we have s equals, we're going to do 8 divided by 2/3. Go ahead and plug that in your calculator. If you don't remember, you're going to do 8 and then the division sign, and then hit n over d. And then in those boxes, you're going to do 2, and then the down arrow, 3, and then the side, and hit enter. After you do all of that, you should get s equals 12, which is the same as that, and this is a yes. And there you go. 2-step equations.